3 keys to victory for Minnesota Vikings against the Eagles. Let's talk about it. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus, rocking it solo this rainy Friday afternoon. And you know what? Minnesota Vikings versus the Philadelphia Eagles. First road game of the year for the Vikings coming up this Monday night. And we're going to talk about 3 keys to victory for the Vikings to get that big W. Before we do, remember this video is brought to you by Lift Bridge Brewing Company. Hit them up either at this facility in Stillwater or find their brews in a local liquor store near you. Especially check out that Oktoberfest that should be storming the shelves right now. Comes in a 4-pack big tall cans, and it is delicious. All right, so the Minnesota Vikings are going to walk away 2-0 on Monday night. These are 3 keys to victory to make sure that happens. And number one is stopping the running game. And Minnesota Vikings gave up 6.2 yards per carry last week against the Packers. Not great, but we talked this out through the week, and a lot of us do feel that this is maybe a schemed. Vikings were scheming to shut down Aaron Rodgers. They weren't concerned so much with the Packers' running game. You shut down Aaron Rodgers, let them try to run the ball. Eventually, they fell behind and they had to abandon it. So it worked out. So this week, going in the Eagles game, I think you want Jalen Hurts to try to beat you with his arm. And then if that's going to happen, you got to shut down the run game. And the Eagles do have a very good group of running backs. They ran over 210 yards last week against the Lions. I mean, you got Miles Sanders out there, who's a home run threat every time he touches the ball. Kenny Gainwell is a very good back, who's pretty much criminally underrated in the league. And you got Jalen Hurts, who can take off and run as well. So you shut down the run game. Definitely bodes well for the Vikings walking away with the W. Let's talk about a second key to victory for the Vikings. And that would be containing Jalen Hurts. We just mentioned it. You don't want Jalen Hurts running around. You want to make him beat you with his arm. This dude is extremely athletic, extremely shifty, elusive in the pocket, can avoid pressure, extend plays. That is a very dangerous combination, and he can also take off and run. So the Vikings have to make sure that they cannot allow him to do that and extend plays with his legs and pick up yardage on the ground. So how do they do that? Well, the most obvious thing is to spy him. A lot of guys in our live were bringing up, put Brian Asamoah out there, have him as a spy. I think another spy could be Lewis Cine. If he does return to the lineup, get him out there. He's a versatile safety. He could definitely be a guy who spies Jalen Hurts and just follows him wherever he goes. But seeing how the Vikings schemed last week against the Packers, some of the defensive lineups they came up with, I'm very, very confident, and Donatel is going to have a plan to keep Jalen Hurts in check and not allow him to have a huge game on the ground. He had 90 yards last week. I think you want to cut that in half. He's going to have his plays. He's going to make some, jaw-dropping escapes, and he's going to get some yardage on the ground. But you have to keep it contained, keep it just so it doesn't become a huge problem. So, again, allow a couple big plays, but if you can overall contain him with a spy, has to be definitely a key point for the Vikings. If they do that, they will win this game. And the last key to victory is just you got to overcome this crowd noise. It's Monday night, Eagles home opener. This is not a great combination for the Vikings. This is going to be a very, very hostile crowd. Philadelphia is always hostile. Now you get their home opener, Monday Night Football. The pressure's on, the spotlight's on, and this place is going to be going nuts. We saw Kirk Cousins last week at the line changing plays, calling audibles, which he never usually does. It's going to be hard for them to do that in Philly with all the noise. And then, just snapping the ball on time. So this crowd is going to be screaming, be going nuts. It'd be hard to hear this calls, hard to hear the snaps. So Vikings have to work in a silent count all week. If they can come up with a plan, silent communication, hand signals, whatever, that will be huge. And if they don't let this crowd noise get to them, then I think they can definitely win the game. So another way to take the crowd out of it is to score early and often. The Vikings come out, move the ball down the field easily, put up 7. Shut them down, come back, put up 14. The crowd is going to get very, very quiet very, very quickly. So score fast, attack, and they think you can take the crowd out of this game. So those are 3 keys to the Minnesota Vikings victory. Let me know if you got any others. Drop them in the comments. So the game is coming up. Will be Sunday or Monday or Saturday or Sunday with the prediction. Look for that. This one should be a fun game no matter what happens. I think there might be some points put up in this one. So we're waiting for Monday, guys. Remember to keep your skull in your hole.